Rerekura, my name is Tyra Rerekura. I'm a Māori wahine who has recently moved back from Australia, and so haven't had much to do with my culture in a long time, while being there for almost 8 years. These 8 years are arguably some of the most important in one's growing up in childhood, and so I think it is important to note this in my journey. The discipline I have chosen is the way to aringa. This is because I think it's a discipline that shows a good amount of improvement, not only in myself, but also the choreography and the mana within the group. It does, however, show me as a mentor to other students. However, early in the year, I have also stepped up and taken a lead role in the HAKA. That was only for a short while though. Taking these roles really makes me feel accomplished, and it does make me feel like I have some sort of purpose, and I'm slowly fitting into my culture and that other people are taking notice of it. This is how I feel, especially in HAKA, as being in a Te Ao HAKA class means that we, or I in particular, have to step up to help other students in HAKA to learn the actions and the kupu to the aringa, for example. I also try to help the juniors and try to coach them into properly learning the actions in the kupu as well. This video is the first time we learned the aringa and the first recording of said discipline. This was a HAKA practice that was run during the holidays, and although in Te Ao HAKA we usually learn the disciplines first, this was the first time any of us had heard the aringa. In some parts of the recording, I can see Anania to my right was having some trouble with the actions, and when she was sometimes looking my way, she would look at what I was doing, and it just fills me with a lot of pride because not only am I a tuakana, but also as a person I feel accomplished knowing that I too struggled with some of the parts, and that when she needed me, she would look to me for guidance. Just in general, thinking about the way that we learned the aringa wasn't difficult per se, but just trying to balance learning the words, the actions, and trying to remember the other disciplines at the same time. It takes some getting used to, and I know that from this video I definitely was struggling a bit to remember the actions, even though this was the first time recording it. And also just this video of us making improvements, it does take some time getting used to, but in the end I think I definitely got there. So this video in particular was a Te Ao HAKA class, and we were split into 2 different groups to watch each other learn the actions and the words from each other. When recording this practice, I was placed in the front by the other members of my group as I thought I knew the actions best and wanted to watch me so that I could catch up or help perfect the actions. Looking back and watching the video, I can see that the people beside and also behind me were actually watching me to see what I was doing. That does fill me with a sense of pride, as the other people in the class who were learning it at the same time still needed a bit of guidance, and it makes me realise that we are all still learning from each other. I guess it changed something in me knowing that other people in the group had faith in me to not so much carry the group, but just be a role model and be able to be there for them instead of always having to ask them for help. And I want to set a good example for those in my class, and I try hard because sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough to be in a Māori class because I don't know much Māori, and I know that isn't what being a Māori is all about. But just in specific, sometimes I don't think I have enough mana or I'm good enough in other people's perspectives to be in the class. I know that it is more of a personal thing, but I guess it's just the way that I feel, and by being able to take on the role of a role model just helps. By help I mean help me, myself, in having the confidence to lead people and be a confident performer. I think that taking these steps as a mentor has not only allowed me to grow mentally but also in a cultural way, and I slowly feel like I'm finding out who I want to be to others and also myself, and how I want to present myself and belong to the culture that we have as Māoris. Our waitas are beautiful, and everyone should have the opportunity to belong and want to belong to our people and our community, and the way that we are supposed to treat each other and how we present ourselves when singing, hakaing, or just existing, I guess. Our culture is so beautiful, and I just want to be able to showcase this to others both inside and outside of our heritage and culture. This last video is just one of our last recorded practices of the aringa, and it just shows a lot of improvement from the first time that we recorded, and so I obviously have a few notes about myself. So I do wish that I had been able to build more confidence in my performance skills, and I do think that I could have been more available for everyone as a tuakana, not only in the Te Ao HAKA class, but also in HAKA, and I wish that I had been able to do that a little bit earlier. It's just the fear of being too scared to go flat or teach the wrong choreo. It's pretty frightening, and it's hard to get over the fear of being laughed at when it's happened before. But in this class and in this group, there should be no shame in what we're doing, because it is an example of our culture. It is us representing who we are and our whānaus, our ancestors, and doing them proud by performing with the confidence we should all have. It does always fill me with pride again, however, when I am able to take those actions needed to further myself and help others out. I think in general, these skills can be taken anywhere into life, not only in a moulding or kapahaka setting, but also just in general. This is because the skill of being a mentor carries across all aspects of life, and sometimes people just need help and guidance, and where I can, I want to be that person and have the confidence to be that person and just show what I have and who I am. So that's my journey so far, and I really enjoy being in Te Ao HAKA class and doing kapahaka and the work we do. And I hope one day I can fully understand who I am as a person, but also where I stand as a Māori wahine.